showery day in Adelaide for Gather Round. It'll drop to 13 there tonight, then should reach 19 tomorrow. Some lingering showers. Melbourne has stayed chilly as well. Tomorrow isn't looking much nicer. A shower or two, a top of 16. Further north in Darwin, a warm day on the way, heading for 34 degrees. Skies should be mostly sunny. Brisbane will also enjoy a sunny Sunday from a low of 20. It'll warm up to 32. A cool night ahead for the nation's capital, dropping to 4 degrees tonight, then only warming up to 14 under cloudy skies. Looking sunny in Sydney, a forecast low of 13 before going on to reach 22. Hobart's had a blast of wintry weather recently. Its run continues. Showers tomorrow, a daytime high of 13 degrees. And in the west, sunshine on the way for Perth, dropping to 19 before a hot day, 31 degrees. And that is 9 News this afternoon. Our next bulletin is coming up at 6 o'clock. I'm Madeline Spark. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.
There's something about this destination that makes you just a little bit smug as a traveller when you tell your friends, oh, I'm just off to the French Riviera, or the Côte d'Azur as the French would say. In the 1800s, it was known as a health retreat for the English upper class, and then a playground for artists, aristocrats, and of course, the rich and famous. And I don't think there's a better way to experience it than on a super yacht. An 8-day cruise of the French Riviera and Western Mediterranean with Emerald Cruises does a loop from the southeastern tip of France down to Corsica, across to Rome and back into France. Where better to kick things off than here in Nice, the sparkling queen of the French Riviera. Nice has become incredibly famous for its natural beauty, Mediterranean charm, and its claim to over 300 days with sunshine a year. I thought we'd struck it lucky, but it seems like it's just another normal day in Nice. Other than its sunshine, the biggest draw card for Nice is its iconic promenade. Nice is pretty famous for this promenade, like it just goes forever.
7 kilometers, La Promenade des Anglais. It means the walk of the English because it was created for the British community who used to spend the winter here. So to enjoy a stroll with a wonderful sea view.
It stretches out alongside one of France's most well-known beaches with its stony shore. When you first come into Nice, the beach, it is all about those beautiful jewel colours.
There's something very particular. And you have this really crystal clear water because under the sea as well you have the sea Alps stone,
yes,
which are made of these shining white stone.
And what about all these buildings? Like they're all bars here at the moment. What did they used to be?
In the past, in these small houses, you could find the fishermen of Nice.
So they weren't the expensive ones, that was just where the fishermen, so the rich people used to be up on the hill, and now it's flipped.
That's it, yes.
Nice began life as a Greek town back in 350 BC, and later the Romans built further up the hill, laying the foundations for what we can see today.
Here we are in the oldest part of Nice. Nice is called in this way because in the Greek period it was called Nicaea.
The old town has been home to markets for centuries, and what was once the first wholesale flower market in the world has now merged into a lively produce market for both locals and tourists. I think we need to... Would you like some?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, so beautiful. And that these are all local grown? So, oh my goodness, that raspberry is so beautiful. Nothing like fresh fruit from the market. I walk alone. drive away is Simier, a showcase of the many historic layers of Nice, with ruins, a monastery, a palace and ancient gardens all side by side. We definitely get the Italian connection here, looking at all the olive trees. How old would they be?
They could be also 1,000 years old.
1,000 years? Wow.
The Franciscan monks used to produce olive oil with these trees.
How beautiful. Simier was once a Roman city, and many centuries later, in the 1600s, this palace was built by a wealthy French family.
The Romans created a town in the 2nd century BC.
Wow.
To live close to Roman ruins was considered something exceptional.
Because you had the view up here, you were safe, and by the Roman ruins, you were wealthy.
Yes.
After housing noble families, the palace became a school and was later purchased by the city of Nice and transformed into the Matisse Museum.
On the left side, you can see the spa, the Roman spa of the 1st century AD, and on the other side there is the amphitheater, the arena.
Look straight down, cross your brow. After seeing the sights of Nice and soaking up some of its history, it's all aboard Emerald Sakara. Once on board, you can truly make it your home away from home. I've unpacked the suitcase, it's under the bed, hung up my clothes, I've got my favourite tea, book, and the best bit is, I don't have to repack for another week. From Nice, we're settling in for 8 days of cruising around some of the most magnificent port towns and cities in this part of the world. After the break, a side trip from Marseille takes us to one of the most elegant and artistic cities of France.
It has been called the Sleeping Beauty. It's very relaxed compared to some bigger city.
Ice cream.
Tonight in NBN News, a man arrested accused of scamming elderly women in shopping centres from Grafton to Sydney. Splashdown success off the coast of California, the Artemis II crew returns to Earth. And heartbreak for adopted Novocastrian Jess Hull, clip from behind at the Australian Athletics Championships. Details next.
The man that I'm still in love with is messaging another bride.
It all comes down.
Is it true you've been sending bikini photos?
Can you blame her? I'm just too goddamn pretty.
This.
Who do you think you are?
Over 2 massive nights.
In a decade of doing this experiment, I've never seen this.
The reunion event. Sunday at 7.
Discover the award-winning Emerald Cruises luxury yacht experience. Cruise in style and explore the cultures of the Mediterranean and idyllic islands of the Caribbean. With only up to 128 guests on board, the voyage feels like a private yacht experience. Embark on a cruise of a lifetime in 2027 from just $9,495 per person. Book now with your travel advisor or visit emeraldcruises.com.au. When day-to-day pains pop up, Nurofen Advance works fast. For pesky headaches, period pain, back pain, body aches, cold and flu, or other day-to-day pains. Helping you get back in the game. Nurofen Advance. Rapid relief for 10 day-to-day pains.
Get what you really want with the Everest Trend Run Out and get a 4K fuel card to help you get away more. Hurry into your participating Ford dealer now.
Maybe I got a sweet price because I nailed saying jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
Is it?
Maybe Subway just has bueno deals.
Bueno.
I'm fresher.
The new Subway nacho snack from $6.
Oh, yeah.
Jalapeno.
Whether you're up for a game of golf, a roll of bowls, or the perfect spot for a meal or drink, Ocean Shores Country Club has you covered. Enjoy weekly events and don't miss our midweek special golf cart and lunch for only $85 per person. Visitors are welcome. Plateau Landscape Supplies for bulk sand, rock and mulch, timber, sandstone, paving, pots, water features, fire pits and hire equipment. Visit us at Kays Lane, Alstonville, your landscape and garden superstore.
In a bit of a mess? Pino Clean has 3 times multi-action power to clean, disinfect and freshen. It's not clean unless it's Pino Clean.
All aboard the greatest cruise in Travel Guide's history. A most jaw-dropping Tuesday on 9. This program brought to you by Emerald Cruises. Discover a new era of luxury yacht cruising today.
Sunrise cruising on Emerald Sakara is a gentle way to welcome in a new day and a new destination. Marseille is France's oldest city and its second largest, home to one of the busiest ports in the Mediterranean. At its bustling heart is Palais Longchamp, one of its most loved landmarks. This is such a monumental building perched on the hill. What's its reason for being here?
So this is a big symbol of the construction of a canal from Avignon, from the Durance River to Marseille to provide water, because there was a big lack of water in Marseille in the 1830s. Marseille was rich, so they decided to build this canal, 85 kilometers long canal. They didn't know it was impossible, so they did it.
It's not a palace in the royal sense, but a monument to symbolise triumph. So this is really the celebration of water coming into Marseille.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, it's stunning. Marseille's oldest quarter is La Panière, and over the centuries it has transformed from a working-class neighbourhood to one of the city's trendiest spots.
Now it's a very cool atmosphere and very touristic place.
And it's got lots of little cafes and little boutique shops and lots of little laneways to discover it.
And also all the historic monuments.
One of those is La Vieille Charité, which translates to the Old Charity, a 17th century hospice that looks like a palace but has a much darker history.
There were at this time lots of beggars, lots of poor people in the streets, and they decided that you could be here. So it means they will take care of you, but in a way you will be locked in this building.
So like a prison?
Like a prison.
It's now a cultural hub with a museum, galleries, and one of the prettiest courtyards in the city. Just a half-hour drive north is Marseille's elegant neighbour, Aix-en-Provence, better known simply as Aix. This is just a town that just feels, not like a sleepy town, but it just feels elegant and relaxed. It's so different from any other towns here.
Yeah, and it's very funny that she used the word sleeping, because Aix has been called the sleeping beauty. People just enjoy going to the market, go and have a drink. It's very relaxed compared to some bigger city.
The wealthy roots of the city go back centuries. Aix began life as a Roman spa town and later became the capital of Provence.
Even before, Aix was the capital of Provence, so we had the parliament here, and we had as well Louis XIV, so very wealthy 17th, 18th century, very wealthy people here.
At the entrance to the city's elegant boulevard is its most famous landmark.
Aix is been called the city with 1,000 fountains.
Have you counted them?
Yes, and it's a bit of an exaggeration. Okay, so you see this fontaine is called Fontaine de la Rotonde.
It was built in 1860 to celebrate the arrival of a modern water supply to the city.
There's a very famous poet who used to say when he was coming in Aix-en-Provence, he said, if you were blind and would go in Aix into the narrow streets, you feel like it's raining because of all the fontaines. It's like raining, but with the sunshine on your back.
The fountain might be the gateway to Aix, but its biggest legacy is Paul Cézanne, the French Impressionist painter who lived here. His studio and gardens are just a short walk from the city's boulevard, and at the entrance is a reproduction of his final work.
He was obsessed about this painting, and he absolutely wanted to finish this painting of his gardener who spent so many times with him in this garden. So he came back here, he finished the drawing, the painting of Mr. Vallier, and a few days after that he died in 1906.
So this is his very last painting?
That's his very last painting.
Join Emerald Cruises in the Mediterranean or Caribbean and discover the magic of luxury yacht cruising. All meals, drinks, selected shore excursions and more are included. Secure your unforgettable 2026 or 2027 departure today with super early bird savings from $1,500 per person. Getaway viewers can save an additional $250 per person off the Emerald Cruises Luxury Yacht Cruise Collection. For more information or to request your voucher, visit emeraldcruises.com.au/getaway offer. Call 1300 390 386 or speak to your travel advisor. After the break, we're in one of the finest wineries of Saint-Tropez.
So in Provence, we are like the master of the rosé. Council looking to expand on this year's success.
Inspiring local businesses to think outside the box when it comes to attracting tourists.
Extra cars on the roads equaling greater danger for local wildlife. National Trans Am series dominated by our very own Nathan Hurd.
He's got so much confidence in that car.
The Space Invaders are back. Wow. In a life-changing new season.
You can do this.
Saturday, 7:30 on 9.
Your eyes aren't playing tricks. It's called looks-maxing.
Looks-maxing is self-improvement. Looks are the most important metric. Why wouldn't you do anything and everything to maximize it?
Young men beating themselves to be beautiful.
What it leads to is self-destruction.
Why would you do that? Infecting an entire generation. And what soldiers really think about Ben Roberts-Smith.
It's not a happy day. It's bad for everybody. But that's the facts. That's what happened.
Discover the award-winning Emerald Cruises luxury yacht experience. Cruise in style and explore the cultures of the Mediterranean and idyllic islands of the Caribbean. With only up to 128 guests on board, the voyage feels like a private yacht experience. Embark on a cruise of a lifetime in 2027 from just $9,495 per person. Book now with your travel advisor or visit emeraldcruises.com.au.
Heartburn and indigestion can be unpredictable, whether it's chest burning, throat burning, or stomach discomfort. Gaviscon Dual Action starts to work in just 4 minutes and forms a barrier. For fast, long-lasting and soothing relief, use Gaviscon.
Lismore's Banzai Japanese restaurant enjoy succulent sushi made to order, light as air tempura, fresh sashimi, banquet menu options, and exquisite service. Open Tuesdays to Saturdays. Book online today for authentic Japanese dining at Banzai.
The Mahindra XUV 3XO, designed for more. Drive away from $23,990.
Can a can of Glen 20 take care of my pillows?
Can do.
Dog smell?
Can do.
Bin juice stink?
Of course it can. You can eliminate more germs and odours with Glen 20 every day. It's the Can Do Can.
Hey, big guy!
The Super Mario Galaxy movie. Hungry Jack's is bringing home the bacon. The OG Baconator. Flame-grilled Aussie beef. Sizzling bacon. On bacon. On bacon. On more bacon. The Baconator range. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Let's face it, this is not just a war, it's a battleground.
Aussies, head to head.
I'm a forklift driver. Kevin from Travel Guides.
I was on the Great Australian Bake Off.
In the world's biggest battle of minds.
Name the sound. Cicada, grasshopper, pass. This is not the Olympics, but I'm feeling a little bit of pressure.
The floor. Start Sunday, April 19th on 9.
The Ice Age is coming.
Welcome back to our Emerald Cruises journey around the Western Mediterranean. Today we're anchored off the port of Saint-Tropez, one of the glitziest names on the French Riviera. Not far from the flashy shores of Saint-Tropez is the hilltop town of Gassin. It's incredible that just a few minutes drive away from Saint-Tropez and here you are in this beautiful little village.
Yeah, here this is countryside around Saint-Tropez, a few medieval villages, and most of them are listed as one of the most beautiful villages in France. There is a label for that.
Most beautiful villages of France is an official title gifted to small French villages with exceptional charm and history, and Gassin certainly fits the bill. But over the centuries, it served a more important purpose. The Bay of Saint-Tropez is stunning, but everywhere you look, it's all green and vineyards and forest.
Yeah, those villages, they were created in a huge forest, and they was here to watch the Bay of Saint-Tropez in case of an attack of the pirates of the Arabs. So when they managed to sack them out of the region, they decided to build castles on top of the hills to be able to secure the people.
Once the days of the pirates passed, Gassin became a farming and wine-growing village. Its storybook setting has been beautifully preserved, a snapshot of a slower, more authentic slice of life on the Riviera. So you attempt this before you've had lunch?
Yes, you have to. It's the test. After lunch, you won't pass. So that's the attraction here, and the game is to find the Andruno Street, which is the narrowest street in the entire world.
The entire world?
Exactly.
Beyond the village, the seemingly endless rows of vines are a reminder that agriculture remains at the heart of life here. At around 64 hectares, Domaine de Bourriane isn't one of the largest wineries of the region, but it is one of its most significant. So how long has this winery been here?
So the winery was built in 1871, so it's one of the oldest.
After over 150 years of continuous winemaking, a recent revamp involved shifting to organic farming. So does that mean you can taste one from the vine?
Yeah, sure.
Here we go.
This one is Grenache Noir.
Oh my God.
It's good.
Beautiful. And why is it so good for growing grapes here?
So we've got the sun, which is good. We've got the sea, very, very not far away at all. And we also have wind.
Yes.
So it's just good here.
The conditions are ideal for reds, whites and rosé. And as part of Emerald Cruises' Discover More excursions, you can explore the winery and have a full tasting experience.
So in Provence, we are like the master of the rosé. This one is called Inspiration. It's a 2024. What we want from a rosé is freshness, easy to drink, and aromas. How is it?
Easy to drink, light and fresh. Exactly what you said. Back on board Emerald Sakara, the drinks continue to flow as we set sail for our next destination.
In fact, after the day, you got the hot tub on deck 7, which has become a personal favourite. The same people most days are up there, and tonight we were leaving port, which was, you're sitting there having a drink in the hot tub. I can think of worse places to be.
The only thing that rivals the food on board is the setting. Dining on the alfresco deck with the ocean as your constant backdrop. After the break, we're in the mountainous home of the island of Corsica. So you've got this wild landscape, you've got drinking water straight from the mountain, hot springs. Yeah. It's a beautiful natural lifestyle.
Coming up, a man behind bars accused of being a key player in a Romanian gang targeting retirees in shopping centres between Grafton and Sydney. The alleged road ramming incident in Sydney that sparked this violent reaction from a group of trail bike riders. Newcastle runner Jess Hull sent crashing down after being clipped from behind in the 1500 final at the Australian Athletics Championships. Plus, splashdown success for the Artemis II crew. That's coming up next.
James Raine opens up on his Australian crawl legal case and recent cancer scare.
They, chopped it out and sewed me up.
Discover the award-winning Emerald Cruises luxury yacht experience. Cruise in style and explore the cultures of the Mediterranean and idyllic islands of the Caribbean. With only up to 128 guests on board, the voyage feels like a private yacht experience. Embark on a cruise of a lifetime in 2027 from just $9,495 per person. Book now with your travel advisor or visit emeraldcruises.com.au.
Need a moment to unwind? Let Botanica's nature-inspired fragrances set the mood. Infused with exotic magnolias from the rolling hills of the Himalayas. Botanica, inspired by nature.
Boating, camping, fishing is BCF and fun. Exactly what that means will change for everyone. Bus stop's fun, powered sites fun, worries none. Boating, camping, fishing is BCF and fun. Hey!
Years manufacturing experience. Service centres nationwide. Layouts to suit everyone. Australian Caravan Centre is your go-to Australian-made Supreme and Leader caravans.
Would you like to win a $5,000 dream holiday of your choice? Take out a new home loan with Summerland Bank before June 15 and you'll go into the draw to win. Keep it simple and be rewarded with a $5,000 holiday voucher for you to plan your dream getaway through Hello World Travel. We're local, ethical and customer owned. Apply online today or visit us in branch. Summerland Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
Tough stains? No problem for Vanish Gold Pro Turbo.
These will take ages to come out.
It'll only take 30 minutes. Just one scoop of Vanish Gold Pro Turbo contains a unique accelerator system that turbocharges stain removal.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
The experiment is over, but the revelations are about to begin. Every little secret comes out. The final 4 couples return, and there's no holding back after the reunion Monday on Stan.
This program brought to you by Emerald Cruises. Discover a new era of luxury yacht cruising today.
From the port of Saint-Tropez, we've headed south to Corsica's capital and largest town, Ajaccio, sitting on the island's west coast. Ajaccio is perhaps best known as the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte, and his family home still sits in the heart of the old town. Even though Corsica is officially French, the island spent nearly 500 years under Genoese rule. Genoa was essentially part of Italy before Italy even had a name. I'm just loving the colours and the greenery in these little laneways.
This is Italy. It's the Italian, more than an Italian influence, because in fact Corsica always have been Italian. We are French for 2 centuries and a half.
Which is not long. In Corsica, the mountains are never far away. And if you head a little inland, you'll find a wilder, more authentic side to the island. So you've got this wild landscape, you've got drinking water straight from the mountain, hot springs.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful natural lifestyle.
This is paradise. And untouched, clean. And that's why the Roman Empire, they came here, they had to take Corsica because they could find minerals, they could find the water, they could find hot water.
One of Ajaccio's sweetest secrets is its honey. The island's flora and its endemic black bees combine to produce 6 different local honeys.
We work with the Corsican black bees. You can see they are very black, very different.
Very friendly.
Very friendly, yes. Here, because it's okay. It's the restaurant for the bees. They just want to eat the honey and to taste the honey, maybe like you.
Corsican honey has been recognised globally for its special qualities. Each jar captures a little of Corsica's untamed wilderness.
The honey is very special in Corsica because it's only wild landscape. Now we taste the chestnut honey. I give you just a little on your spoon because maybe it's strong. And this, the cooks buy this for the restaurants to use with goat cheese and marinade. It's beautiful, or just to care your throat.
That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. But honey isn't the only delicacy here in Ajaccio. We've had the lovely honey tasting. Now we have an amazing spread in front of us. Where is all this from?
So as we are up the mountains, we have just wonderful delicatessen from black pigs, very famous in Corsica.
So this is the typical food on the mountains, so mostly Corsicans lived on the mountains?
Yes. Corsicans are shepherds. When you've seen this, the mountains this morning, you've seen some places, rocky places, you can only put the goats, because so the people there, they have their pigs, they have their sheep and goats to make the cheese, mixing both of them.
It's very sharp. Very sharp. Beautiful. Oh, it works. Yum. After a day exploring, Emerald Sakara is a pretty sweet spot to land.
Fantastic part of the world. It really is good. That really is good.
It is, isn't it?
Places are good because you do what you want. It's really flexible. It's not regimented. It's a nice way to do it.
Join Emerald Cruises in the Mediterranean or Caribbean and discover the magic of luxury yacht cruising. All meals, drinks, selected shore excursions and more are included. Secure your unforgettable 2026 or 2027 departure today with super early bird savings from $1,500 per person. Getaway viewers can save an additional $250 per person off the Emerald Cruises Luxury Yacht Cruise Collection. For more information or to request your voucher, visit emeraldcruises.com.au/getaway offer. Call 1300 390 386 or speak to your travel advisor. After a few days cruising the French Riviera and the Mediterranean, you realise it's not just a destination, it's a way of life. Yes, it's majestic and elegant, but it's a simple lifestyle that you can easily slip into. And lucky for us, there's more to discover. Next week, we continue our journey through the Western Mediterranean, visiting Corsica. Such a beautiful day, the sun's shining, the water's clear, and this is a really good walkway for stretching your legs after coming off the ship. For roaming the oldest road in Rome, this week the saying comes from all roads lead to Rome, and living the high life in the French Riviera. See you then. Good night.
Tonight, making a splash in more ways than one, the astronauts on board Artemis 2's historic moon mission return to Earth. Peace talks in Pakistan as the world waits with bated breath on the future of the Iran war. New data on how the fuel crisis is hurting Aussie households where families are cutting back. Prince Harry sued by a charity he founded. And the Rabbitoh star set for an extended stint on the sidelines after a wild defeat in the West.
This is NBN News with Jane Goldsmith.
Good evening. The fate of the Middle East could tonight be decided in Pakistan, with crucial negotiations now underway in Islamabad between Iran and the United States. A fragile truce is holding between the two sides for now, amid a global push for peace.
The faces of 4 children who will never see the end of this war on board a plane carrying the hopes of a ceasefire. White roses for the students killed in a strike on an Iranian school. Their blackened backpacks sending a poignant and pointed message. Then, in the dark of night, delicate diplomacy began. Iran dispatching a high-level delegation, including its parliament speaker and foreign minister, to Islamabad. Then touchdown of Air Force 2, signalling the start of high-level, high-stakes talks between two tentative sides, Washington and Tehran.
If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to have a positive negotiation.
Tonight, a make-or-break moment amid a ceasefire on shaky footing. Iran's parliament speaker, who is leading the talks for his country, telling state media, "We have goodwill, but we do not trust." Host nation Pakistan searching for middle ground in the Middle East. Pray that these talks are successful, he says, and the world shall see peace. But at the White House, the US president punching out a new threat. The Iranians don't seem to realise they have no cards. The only reason they are alive today is to negotiate. The card Iran does hold, the Strait of Hormuz, the crucial waterway, still shut down. Donald Trump says it'll be open soon.
I think it's going to go pretty quickly, and if it doesn't, we'll be able to finish it off one way or the other. It's going well.
But any deal could take weeks, and failure here would mean a resumption of war. In that, no one wins.
No nuclear weapon. That's 99% of it.
In the United States, Lauren Tomasi, NBN News.
The Prime Minister has just arrived back in Australia after striking a deal with Singapore on fuel security, but his mission is far from over. Despite the agreement and an increase in our national diesel reserves, families are finding it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
Tessa only wants what's best for her 2 girls, but as the cost of running the family wagon soars, the Western Sydney mum has to cut right back on any non-essentials.
We're down to the very last cent to try and budget everything.
She's not alone. A survey from the Smith family finding 88% of respondents' household budgets are being hit hard by petrol price rises, almost as many spending less elsewhere so they can afford to put petrol in the tank. Some parents making tough trade-offs.
That might mean that they're not taking their children to school, if indeed their car is their only form of transport.
When my car is on empty, I ask a friend who also has a child that goes to the learning hub to take my children.
We've always said the biggest impact on the cost of fuel will be the cost of oil internationally.
New National Reserve figures out today. There's less petrol in stock than last week. Jet fuel's down too. 2 extra days of diesel are now in reserve.
I can also confirm that we currently have 57 tankers on the way to Australia with some form of fuel.
The high price of oil is working its way through the broader economy. Westpac believes the cost of building a new home could rise by $50,000, and housing's already the biggest driver of inflation.
This would be of concern to the RBA, as this pass-through is critical to how much of a boost we see in the core measures of inflation.
The heat in the economy felt by the Prime Minister. But tonight he's back on home soil, buoyed by a deal for more fuel from Singapore. Despite today's improved numbers, diesel remains the biggest issue. So the Prime Minister mimicking his Singapore deal with other countries is crucial. Japanese media is reporting its Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, is coming to Australia within the month. Like Singapore, we send Japan lots of gas, so watch those negotiations. South Korea and Malaysia are also key, and don't discount Brunei. With the world scrambling for oil, Anthony Albanese and his Southeast Asia counterparts are looking to get through this war together. Our Team Australia mantra, enveloping an Asia-Pacific approach.
Conor McGovern there in Canberra. Meantime, Aussies' holiday plans for Europe may be under threat as fuel rationing and flight cancellations loom. European airports are now warning of a systemic jet fuel shortage within weeks if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. The sun has set on NASA's mission to the moon. After travelling further into space than anyone before them, the crew of Artemis 2 are tonight back on Earth. Their 10-day journey capturing the attention of the world and hurtling us into a brave new era of space travel.
Splashdown in the Pacific. After 10 days and more than 1 million kilometres, it was mission accomplished.
A perfect bullseye splashdown.
The astronauts emerging from the Orion capsule. Navy helicopters hoisting them to safety, one by one. Transporting the crew to the recovery ship, the USS John P. Murtha.
Hello to you too, Christina, yes? Welcome back. Welcome, welcome home.
Next stop, the Johnson Space Center in Houston to finally be reunited with their families.
Looking thankful, grateful, happy to be home.
Ahead of their white-knuckle ride in a red-hot capsule, the astronauts took one last moment to admire Earth from space.
We think we see a beautiful sunrise over the west coast of Australia.
Re-entering our atmosphere among the most dangerous parts of this mission, and the world watched, holding its breath.
It's going back to my middle school days of when the Challenger accident happened, and so I'm just so excited to see them come home. Hopefully it's nice and safe.
The astronauts hurtled home at a speed around 38,000 kilometres an hour. That's close to 11 kilometres every second. For 6 agonising minutes, there was a communication blackout as the capsule became a fireball. Unlike the unmanned Artemis 1 mission in 2022, this heat shield held on. These 7 words delivering sheer relief.
Houston, integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Their mission captured the hearts of millions. Do you want to be an astronaut when you grow up?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I want to go to the moon.
Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, Christine Cook and Jeremy Hansen travelling further into space than anyone before them, more than 460,000 kilometres each way, to get a close-up look at the moon, eyeing potential landing sites for the future. In uncertain times, it was a unifying moment. This bride and groom had no idea their ceremony clashed with the exact moment, the landing zone right behind them in the distance, the wedding splashes catching the couple by surprise. Artemis was trying to steal your thunder on your wedding day.
Arguably, we had this plan before.
The sun may have set on the Artemis 2 mission, but this is just the beginning of NASA's plans for the moon and beyond. The American Space Agency, it's back. and it wants the world to know it. The US president posting, "We'll be doing it again," and then, next step, Mars. But it was best summed up by NASA's Mission Control, responding to Commander Reid Wiseman.
And we have a great view of the moon out window too. Looks a little smaller than yesterday.
Guess we'll have to go back.
Reid Butler, NBN News.
Pauline Hanson was joined by veterans who served in Afghanistan today, protesting against the arrest of Ben Roberts-Smith. The One Nation leader reacted to the addition of a panel on his war memorial display, informing visitors of his charges.
It's disgusting to actually put that up. And if you're going to go that far by putting a plaque up, then take everything down, right? Get rid of the whole lot. But they won't be game to do that. I don't know the facts. I wasn't there. But all I know is I'm supporting one of my fellow Australians that I have a lot of time and admiration for.
The embattled Victoria Cross recipient will remain in custody until a hearing on Friday. The Lismore Theatre Company is sounding the alarm about the future of the region's arts scene. It's warning funding shortfalls are putting pressure on the not-for-profit group.
Lismore's 100-year-old theatre bustling behind the scenes, but these seats are at risk of staying empty.
The arts is being shredded of funding.
The Lismore Theatre Company are growing increasingly concerned about the future of the arts across the Northern Rivers.
Our TAFE doesn't have the same level of funding for theatre or for arts that they used to. Our university doesn't have the same funding.
In a bid to draw audience back through its doors, the company is now turning to a year of familiar productions.
By having a season of classics, we can actually build up the purse a bit, which means we can offer local artist next year an opportunity for one of their works to be produced.
6 plays are scheduled this season, 2 more than last year, including The Diary of Anne Frank and A Doll's House, their next production just 2 weeks away from opening.
We are putting on Tennessee Williams' The Glass Menagerie, which is an absolute classic.
Following nearly 4 months of rehearsals, the show is now in its final stages.
Not blood yet, but a lot of sweat and tears, a lot of time. It really is a labour of love. But, you know, we're kind of crazy and we love it. We're so close, but we've still got a lot of work to do.
Continuing putting on shows key to building the next generation of regional talent.
They become the points of learning. They become the centre of education for people who are interested in the arts.
Tara Carrigan, NBN News.
7 local sporting clubs will share in $50,000 as part of the state government's local sport grant program. The Ballina Junior Cricket Association will see the largest share of funding, with $13,000 going towards new cricket pitches. The Richmond River Sailing Club will also receive $10,000 for an accessible training boat. Coffs Harbour locals went bananas today as they attempted to break a world record. More than 500 people gathered to form a giant human banana in a colourful celebration of community spirit.
A shape gradually takes form on Coffs Harbour's Jetty Beach. Hundreds of people coming together to attempt to break a world record.
3, 2, 1. This is my Coffs!
Today's count of 520 people, once confirmed, should secure Coffs the record.
On the down low, very confident we've done it. It's a great number that we've had as the turnout, and we far exceeded what we thought we'd get. So cheers to everyone that came down. Everyone that was here was part of history.
Among those kitted out for the event, Coffs Harbour Council's General Manager, Murray Wood.
I went for a trike ride there in another banana suit alongside me, and as we were driving past, we got to wave at all these different people wearing elements of bananas, whether it's the full Monty like this, whether it's hats or whatever. Yeah, no, great fun.
The big banana already holds a world record for the largest sculpture of the fruit. Today's event aimed at promoting Coffs Harbour even further, with our region in the running to be named New South Wales' top tourism town.
This is a little bit of a stunt that we've pulled to really share Coffs Harbour really wide across the country. You can head to coffscoast.com and jump online, and all you need to do is click Coffs Harbour and vote, vote, vote.
Voting is open until May 3. Alison Paul, NBN News.
Locals from across the Hastings have enjoyed a day out at the Warhope Show. The event, an important opportunity to celebrate the hard work of local farmers.
From carnival games to tasty treats.
You've got the animal nursery heads packed, digging the potatoes, the little baby animals down there. The wood chop's just started down there.
There's a lot to love about the War Hope show.
The animals and the show jumping, yes. Show jumping's exciting. It's always good to watch.
The main draw card, animals, big and small, from feathered friends to farmyard favourites. All aiming to be best in show.
So we've got the beef cattle, we've had the dairy yesterday, we've got the horses both days. The poultry has been judged at the present.
But this year, organisers were forced to compete with all the action in the big smoke.
It does fluctuate year to year. This year we also have the City Royal running over us again, so they don't finish until Monday, so yeah, some of the competitors are still down there competing.
But that didn't affect crowd numbers, with hundreds of people streaming through the gates today.
There's Dino Man's down there for the little kids. He's doing a show. He's packed down there. You can't move.
The show president says this year's success will help secure the event for years to come.
The shows that can put on a good performance and keep the numbers will be the shows that will be still here in the future.
Molly Matthews, NBN News.
Looking at the weather for the Northern Rivers and the Gold Coast, it was a warm one today, reaching 37 degrees in Grafton, 34 at Casino, a top of 26 at Byron Bay, 29 at Coolangatta, 20 to 31 the range at Gold Coast Seaway, and a top of 32 in Brisbane. You're watching NBN News. Still ahead, that news on Prince Harry's new legal battle. Plus, taxpayers foot the bill to protect Meghan and Harry in Sydney as the Duchess charges people to meet her. A man extradited from WA as New South Wales police investigate alleged scams at shopping centre car parks from the south coast to Grafton. Democrat Kamala Harris signals another tilt at the US presidency, and the search for a wolf on the loose in South Korea.
How good is that first sip of a silky smooth oat milk latte? How good is a dairy-free smoothie that's high in calcium? How good is creamy without the cream? How good? So good.
At the Australian Federal Police, everyday people do legendary work in over 200 diverse roles around Australia and the world. Everyday people, legendary work.
Dyson's new robot cleaner vacuums, washes, and seeks out stains. Identifies, eliminates, and double checks. Powered by advanced AI, dirt has nowhere to hide.
For many Australians, home ownership feels far away. But now, there's a new way to own your own home, where the Australian government contributes up to 40% of the price of the home. So you have a smaller deposit and lower mortgage repayments. It's a pathway to home ownership backed by the Australian government. It's called the Help to Buy scheme, and it could help you too. For eligibility, visit firsthomebuyers.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Suspense is chilling.
Looks like another cold case, Sarge.
Oh, no wonder she's frozen stiff. Check out the cost of her car and home insurance renewals.
Time to melt these rates with award-winning cover.
And the comfort of knowing that Budget Direct paid out over $1.5 billion on claims in the last 12 months.
Oh, thanks.
Do yourself a favour, quote with Budget Direct first.
Insurance sold with Budget Direct. I'm stepping out and saying cheese, so they get inspired.
There's 162 steps in making a hat, and about 66 pairs of hands that each hat will go through. We're one of the only hat manufacturers in the world that actually makes them start to finish. It's pretty important that we maintain that because it's definitely a dying skill. And that's what makes Akuba so special, is we're locally made by Australians for Australians.
Ready to switch on vacation mode? Download the Saily eSIM app and stay connected while travelling. Save big on roaming charges. Stay connected in more than 200 destinations. Pick a flexible mobile data plan that suits your vacation and surf safer with Saily's security features. Get the Saley eSIM deal now.
And save up to $250 on small appliances, coffee machines and vacuums. Hurry, 5 days only. Best prices at Harvey Norman now.
Prince Harry is being sued for defamation by a charity he co-founded. The enterprise started as a tribute to his late mother, Princess Diana. The relationship now so degraded, it's descended into a legal battle.
A charity close to Prince Harry's heart that's now taking him to court. Centre Barley suing the Duke of Sussex after he stepped down as patron amid a bitter public dispute. Centre Barley says the charity seeks the court's intervention, protection and restitution following a coordinated adverse media campaign that has caused operational disruption and reputational harm. Prince Harry founded the charity in 2006 to help young people with HIV and AIDS in Africa in honour of his mother, Diana. But in May last year, the Duke of Sussex resigned after an internal row broke down beyond repair. The chair, Dr. Sophie Chanduka, fighting back.
If the world didn't want to believe that there's such a thing as bullying, this unleashing of the Sussex machine on me...
The UK's Charity Commission has previously cleared Prince Harry of bullying but criticised all involved for the public dispute. Today, a spokesperson for Prince Harry says he categorically rejects these offensive and damaging claims. It is extraordinary that charitable funds are now being used to pursue legal action against the very people who built and supported the organisation for nearly 2 decades. Centre Barley says no charitable funds are being used. A bitter boardroom fallout playing out in public and in the hands of the High Court. Mimi Becker, NBN News.
Meantime, Harry and Meghan are already causing a stir in Australia ahead of their tour here next week. Elizabeth Bryan joins us from Kirribilli this evening. Good evening to you, Lizzie. Now, taxpayers will foot the bill for the couple's police protection.
Yeah, that's right, Jane. Police say to ensure public safety, officers will be protecting Harry and Meghan during their 4-day unofficial visit to Sydney, Melbourne and Canberra next week. The number of officers is likely to be what we would normally see for high-profile guests, such as that we've seen with the former US Vice President Kamala Harris a few months ago. However, not everybody is happy about this. Change.org petition protesting against the use of taxpayer dollars being used to fund this police operation has attracted around 43,000 signatures so far. But if you would like to get up and close to the couple, you can, but at a cost. It will cost around $3,000 to see the Duchess of Sussex speak in Sydney. It will cost $1,000 to see Prince Harry speak in Melbourne. Jane?
Okay, Elizabeth Bryan there in Sydney, thank you. Kamala Harris has given her strongest indication yet she is open to running for president again in 2028. The Democrat telling a New York crowd taking another shot at the White House has been on her mind.
Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it.
Harris lost to President Donald Trump in 2024. A man remains behind bars tonight, accused of being a key player in a Romanian gang that targets retirees in shopping centres. Police say the scammers have stolen thousands of dollars from elderly women while pretending to help them as they continue to investigate cases spanning from the New South Wales South Coast all the way to Grafton.
A homecoming in handcuffs. An accused scammer gives a thumbs up and claps for the cameras as he's marched through the Qantas terminal at Sydney Airport. 39-year-old Vasily Bombonel charged with fleecing tens of thousands of dollars from elderly women as they shop for groceries. Police allege he's part of a nationwide Romanian gang which preys on people aged 70 to 100 under the guise of helping them. Investigators say the gang target elderly people inside busy shopping centres, lurking nearby as they take out cash from ATMs. One member approaches a victim, claiming they've dropped cash or their wallet, while another scammer steals their bank cards and later withdraws as much money as they can. So far, police believe the scammers are responsible for targeting 39 people across the state, including several suburbs across Sydney. All up, they've stolen more than $100,000. 2 weeks ago, Queensland police nabbed 3 other Romanians accused of being part of the same gang. Police extradited Bombinell from Western Australia yesterday. He was refused bail in a Sydney court late this afternoon. Emma Partridge, NBN News.
Coming up next, a driver under attack at a southwest Sydney servo. What's reportedly behind the road rage? The project breathing new life into an ageing New South Wales train fleet. Taking a punt on a Picasso for charity. The original on offer at a little over $100. And speaking of steals, the outback town that'll cost you less than a house.
Big designers come with big prices. Not at Specsavers. We've got big names and one tiny price. Get any one pair of designer glasses with single vision lenses now only $149. The Specsavers Big Name Designer Sale.
1,000 seems like a lot per meter.
Just think of a thing.
It's 17, 20 Aussie dollars. What are the transfer fees? 0.
We're not you. But when it comes to sending foreign currency, we can be your W.
Watch me. I'm sitting at the top all eyes. You should know that I don't play my best cards. Wow, look at me now. Missing on my way now, like wow. Look at me now. I'm a winner. Wow, look at me now. Missing on my way now, I'm a winner.
So, what do you think about Henry? Using Henry, I never have to think about taxes. Henry are my accountant and my accounting software. That's what I love. They've saved me time, they've saved me money, and they're always there when I need them. Yeah, I used to ride a horse, but I switched to the 2004 Corolla. It's a bit more practical. I claim all my work equipment with Henry, so it just means that I end up with more money to spend on my hobbies. Check this out. Fantastic.
Take Blackmore's Omega-3 when your day demands more. You'll get support for your brain, your joints, your heart, and more, all in one capsule. Blackmore's Omega-3. More benefits, more support.
There's 162 steps in making a hat, and about 66 pairs of hands that each hat will go through. We're one of the only hat manufacturers in the world that actually makes them start to finish. It's pretty important that we maintain that because definitely a dying skill. And that's what makes our Kuba so special, is we're locally made by Australians for Australians.
Equipment is designed to deliver day after day, withstanding harsh conditions. From crushers to feeders and complete yard systems, we have plenty of options for your farm and plenty of advice too. Borden Brothers, equipment as resilient as you.
In a frightening act, a group of motorbike riders have chased down a car and attacked the driver at a southwest Sydney service station. But it's the driver who has been arrested. The teen riders claiming he drove right into them.
Bass Hill and all hell's breaking loose. Road rage at its most volatile. It's a group of motorbike riders circling a driver in his car, but they claim it's justified. Only minutes before, the group is waiting for the green light on the Hume Highway when this happens. The 49-year-old driver allegedly ploughing into them, injuring at least 3.
We jumped on the accelerator. I took off pretty fast. And yeah, he rode over a few of the bikes.
So, the rest of the group chase him.
Sped off, going through red lights, hitting cars, everything.
After a few minutes, the driver pulls into a nearby petrol station. Bad idea. Police allege the driver then headed to nearby Bass Hill Plaza, taking out a fire hydrant and ditching his damaged ride. It didn't take long for police to find that driver. He was allegedly hiding out at a home nearby here in Bass Hill. He was taken to hospital, but is now officially under arrest. We won't identify this person, but he was part of that group last night. He admits while some of the riders are unlicensed and some of the bikes are unregistered, the group didn't start this fight.
We did nothing to antagonise him. He came after us straight away. Nothing happened beforehand at them lights.
The driver of the car will be able to give his side of the story in court. Charges are expected soon. Alex Heinke, NBN News.
Turning overseas, hundreds of hunters and soldiers are searching for a wolf that's escaped from a zoo in South Korea. Drones with thermal imaging cameras are scouring dense bushland, with sniffer dogs tracking the scent. Local elementary schools have been closed as a precaution until the runaway animal is caught. For just $166, you could own $1 million Picasso painting. A charity raffle in France is selling tickets for the 1941 original portrait, with the proceeds going to Alzheimer's research. One of Sydney's oldest trains, dressed up with new bells and whistles, is undergoing rigorous nighttime testing to bring it up to speed for the future. The Tangara is undergoing the biggest fleet renewal in New South Wales's history, aimed at fixing issues with reliability, accessibility and safety.
8:30 p.m. at Strathfield and as Sydney winds down, critical work is ramping up.
Please do not join this service.
This is the prototype of the revamped Tangara.
This first look at a new Tangara, incredible to see it from the cabin.
It's deep in testing, whizzing around the rail network at night.
These trains will complete more than 6,000 kilometres on the network before they can go back into passenger service.
First hitting the tracks in the late 80s, Tangaras haven't changed much since. The ageing trains account for 1 in 4 trips on the network, and now this $447 million makeover will keep them around for another decade.
It now isn't as reliable as it should be on the network. The Tangara train is about 4 times less reliable than a new Waratah train.
Aimed at fixing that, a new operating system in the crew cabin.
It's leaps and bounds above the old Tangara technology.
This train has been rebirthed with new computer systems, new wiring.
Lately a prime target for teenagers train surfing. Now security will step up.
We've got about 50 CCTV cameras on the train. Every part of every carriage now is under live surveillance. Back to the guard.
There's also extra help points, improved disability access. And for the observant, the doors are orange, not yellow.
Feels and looks like a modern train.
I'm not sure about this though because the seats aren't reversible.
That is correct.
Once the prototype is ticked off, then train by train the refurbishment will ramp up. The goal is to have the entire fleet kitted out by 2028. There are 55 to individually refresh, test and roll out. Keep an eye out for that flash of orange. Annalise Bolt, NBN News. There's so much competition at the Royal Easter Show, it takes a lot to stand out from the crowd. Turning heads today with some very handsome hairdos, the result of hours of careful preparation.
The final weekend of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, and today it was all about the hair. From matching chops to fluffalicious mops, the divas of the show were on display. How long does this all take?
It was about 5 hours yesterday and then an hour today. It was bathing, shaving, blow drying and then fluffing him up.
At the Alpaca Pavilion, it was Velocity's time to shine. Do you think he knows that he's won?
Oh, he knows. It went straight to his head as soon as he got the blue.
These fleeces are so good they're used to make luxury clothes in Europe. Judge Roger in charge of inspecting the coats.
Things like fineness, uniformity of micron and colour, density, staple length, soft handle, brightness and lustre.
Reigning champions Ruby and her Suri Tanura back to defend the title.
Oh, it would be phenomenal. So my family has exhibited our alpacas at the Easter Show for over 30 years now. And Tanura actually broke a 27-year drought for us with a grand champion win last year.
Remember this handsome guy with the good hair? No, not me. The other one.
let me remind you. Yeah, that's right. Hefner the alpaca, famous for sneezing on the king.
Hefner left quite the impression on King Charles. Yeah, he must have to receive a letter from Buckingham Palace, so yeah, we're pretty excited by that.
Back at the pubs, a bumper crowd found out why police dogs aren't just for show. Drug detection canines sniffing out trouble in the most unsuspecting lineup. Another big day at Olympic Park. Tomorrow will be even bigger. The prestigious Best in Show dog will be crowned. James Wilson, NBN News.
$400,000 could buy you an entire town, with Cooladi up for sale 9 hours west of Brisbane. It's only 2 residents are selling the Foxtrap Roadhouse, which acts as the town's post office, pub and general store. Sounds like a steal.
Bargain.
It's time for sport now with Tyson Cottrill, and the Bunnies have been left heartbroken in Perth, Tyson.
Yeah, Jane, good evening to you. The Rabbitohs, they ran out of time against the Raiders in the West, and the loss has been further soured by an injury to Jai Gray. We'll have all the details next. Also, why Shane Flanagan says he should remain Dragons coach despite a 6th straight loss. And can Jason Day run down a rampaging Rory McIlroy at the Masters?
You only use 10% of your brain. That's a myth. Your brain gets maximum use. That's why Medibank's mental health cover is also designed to be used, with 24/7 mental health phone and chat support. Plus, no waiting periods for claims on consults with psychologists, counsellors and mental health social workers. Search Medibank Mental Health. Live better with Medibank.
My evil boss is always trying to catch me slacking off at work. But she'll never succeed. Not now that I have privacy display.
Adobe Acrobat Studio is all new. What can PDF Spaces with AI do to a sales invoice good enough to eat? Adobe Express brings the heat. Now we're talking. It's time to share. Every page, every doc, everything's right there. Now you can do that. Do that with the all-new Acrobat.
Australians keep watch over their homes but ignore home insurance premium rises.
Hey, I have CCTV.
So while you know see, you can also compare and save. It pays to compare.
Simples.
The smooth hybrid engine that never skips a beat. The new CR-V. Honda, the power of dreams.
Australians keep watch over their homes but ignore home insurance premium rises.
Hey, I have CCTV.
So while you know see, you can also compare and save. It pays to compare.
Simples.
At Tank World, we keep it Australian. We're proudly Australian-owned, and now you can save $500 on our 23,650-litre tank from only $27.85. Keep it Australian. Tank World, owned by Australians, made for Australians. 1-800-68-69-70.
Don't lose hope. Here's a low-cost option. We've helped thousands of dogs. This is Kirkapet K9. It's Australia's first and only curcumin product for dogs, which may help to relieve the pain of arthritis.
Within the 3rd tablet, it was the biggest difference.
Been treating dogs with arthritis here at Galston Veterinary Clinic for 7 years with Kirkapet since we started the original testing. Since then, over 60,000 dogs have tried Kirkapet K9.
Go to k9health.com.au. I have a sample pack, 2 weeks worth, made up for your dog. That only costs $10, which is really just postage and handling. It's pretty simple. 2 weeks worth of pills, see if they work.
Dragons coach Shane Flanagan is in a major fight to save his job. Flanagan again insisting he's still the right man to lead the Red V despite their 28-18 loss to Manly.
Shane Flanagan gave up the comfort of his coach's box in a bid to show he's not shying away from his greatest challenge.
I'm here to fight, here to win. I'm on the sideline with the team fighting as hard as I can, so I didn't want to hide in the coach's box.
There was nowhere to hide during or after the Saints' 6th straight defeat to start 2026.
You got confidence that the people making decisions have confidence in you to get doing the job?
Yep.
Flanagan firm in his belief he hasn't lost the dressing room.
Do you feel like you had a team that fought for you tonight?
Yeah, I did. All I can ask is the players put in, max effort or a real good effort. That means like they're, playing for me, and I thought tonight they did put in a real good effort.
His rope should be long because he's not the issue, and we're not doing it out there, and we need to be better, and we know where we can be better, and we need to do it better quickly.
After 10 straight losses dating back to August last year, frustrated Dragons fans again booed their team off the field.
We're hurting just as much as they are. No one's giving up. We'll keep working hard and we'll keep finding our way out of it.
That's exactly what the Sea Eagles have done under their new coach. And Kieran Foran, Mr. 100%.
It's been a good start, but there's plenty to go yet.
The injury-hit Broncos not only lost to the Cowboys 35-31 in the original Queensland derby, they're set to lose stand-in skipper Pat Carrigan to a 2-match suspension.
Eels coach Jason Riles acted surprised this morning when asked about Parramatta's links to Jaden Sewer. The Dragons forward reportedly telling teammates today he'll be leaving the club at the end of the season.
I hear us get connected to a lot of players, and is it Jaden now? Is it? So it's okay. Yeah. So it's a little bit of news to us, but at the same time, it's our recruitment team's always working behind the scenes.
There's no suggestion the Eels will get early access to Sewer or any other players despite their ever-growing injury crisis. There'll be a familiar face in the Tigers lineup against Newcastle tomorrow with Kai Pearce-Paul taking on his former teammates. Knights coach Justin Holbrook says the forward is in excellent form and is dangerous in second phase play.
Good attacking player, and he's been probably one of their best over the start of the season for him. So we'll have to do a good job there.
Wilson De Courcy will play his second match with the side, stepping in as centre for an injured Bradman Best. South Sydney is said to be without Jai Gray for weeks, if not months, after the fullback suffered a serious shoulder injury in a 36-34 loss in Perth. 5 second-half tries, not enough for the Rabbitohs to run down the resurgent Raiders.
A 20-point Rabbitohs comeback coming down to the final play in Perth.
That we were able to sort of get out of second gear and the slump that we fell into the first half, but fell short, so it's hard to celebrate those types of things.
One of Coach Wayne Bennett's famous speeches.
We got a bit of a spray, as you could probably imagine, so I don't think it was more just the disappointment in coach's words, and we want to go out there and make him proud.
The loss made worse by an injury to Jai Gray, dislocating his shoulder. In real discomfort, the South Sydney fullback.
I'm not too sure.
NBN News.
Tries are flowing in the second act of the doubleheader as well, but mostly one way. The Sharks leading the Roosters 22-12. Cronulla piling on the points, looking to keep their undefeated record in the West intact. The Swans are on track to make it 4 wins from 5 matches to start the AFL season. Sydney leading Gold Coast by 17 points at three-quarter time of their gather-round clash in Adelaide. Isaac Heaney and Chad Warner have kicked 2 goals each. Australia has crashed out of the Billie Jean King Cup, beaten by an understrength Great Britain team. Top 20 double stars Storm Sanders and Ellen Perez losing their doubles tie, sealing Australia's fate in Melbourne. The result denying the hosts a spot in the finals. Autumn Glow's undefeated run of 11 straight wins is over. The Supermare finishing 3rd in her first crack at 2,000 metres, upstaged by the Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott trained Sir Delius in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes at Royal Randwick. After the break, the Central Coast's Molly Picklum falls short at Bells Beach, and heartbreak for the Hunters' Jess Hull at the Australian Championships.
I'm snapping nice, so they get inspired.
A one-on-one with my evil boss?
Don't freak out. Go to your happy place. The gentle lapping of water. Cute doggo. Bin chicken. Ew.
At TAFE New South Wales, we believe everyone has a gift. Find yours in community services, aged care or allied health, and help make a difference. Enrol now. Search TAFE New South Wales.
When you smoke, the chemicals you inhale cause mutations in the body. And mutations are how cancer starts. If you could see the damage, would you stop? For help to quit, visit I Can Quit or call Quitline.
No big deal. More of your favourites streaming before anywhere else.
Isn't it amazing?
Duh, yes. But let's not make a scene. BritBox, the ultimate collection of British telly. Always better, now bigger.
When things get real, I want to speak to a real person real quick.
Things are real.
Okay, and the tow truck is on its way.
That's why Yui is CanStar's most awarded comprehensive car and home insurer. Yui, you insured.
Leptospirosis is a cattle disease which is a risk to you, your workers and your cattle. Only Ultravax 7-in-1 vaccine stops the spread of lepto as well as preventing the 5 key clostridial diseases of cattle.
On Friday, May 8th, we're going blue to end bullying on Do It for Dolly Day. Blue here, blue there, blue everywhere. Blue to spark conversations about bullying. Blue to remind every young person they're not alone. Blue to raise awareness for today and funds for tomorrow. Join us on Do It for Dolly Day and go blue to end bullying.
Kingscliff Nursery. Over 5 acres of trees, native shrubs and exotic plants. Huge range of fruit trees, indoor and outdoor plants, pots, planters and much more. Buy direct, save heaps. Remember to say hi to Sally at Kingscliff Nursery, Coogin Road, Coogin.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop in store and online. Best brands, best range, best prices.
A year on from his historic triumph, Rory McIlroy is one step closer to Masters immortality. The defending champion will take a 6-shot lead into the third round. Jason Day, the closest Aussies in the chasing pack.
A much more subdued outfit for Jason Day.
Well done.
As he tried to take advantage of more accommodating Augusta greens.
Birdie, he's at 3 under, now he's at 4.
A 1 under second round, enough to keep the Australian inside the top 10.
Got it.
Cameron Smith and Minwoo Lee had no chance of making the cut, the Aussies missing by 3 and 7 shots respectively. Patrick Reed's sensational short game keeping him in the hunt, lurking at 6 under par.
Well played by Reed. Great shot.
Fellow major winners Justin Rose and Shane Lowry just one back at 5 under.
Check that.
They all need to defy history to catch the man out in front. After a wobbly start, the defending champion showed no signs of past Masters demons.
Fantastic.
McIlroy feasting on the back 9, making 6 birdies in the final 7 holes, producing the lowest ever round by a reigning champion on his electric run home. At 12 under par, he's now sleeping on the biggest 36-hole lead in Masters history. McIlroy knows better than anyone that nothing is guaranteed at Augusta National.
I know what can happen around here, good and bad, so you don't have to remind me not to get ahead of myself around this place.
Nicole Dunn, NBN News.
The Central Coast's Molly Picklum has been denied her first iconic Bells Beach title. The reigning world champion was barely in the fight in the final, Gabriella Bryan dominating for her first win of the season. It was Same story in an all-Brazilian men's decider, Miguel Pupo taking down defending world champ Yogo Dora. Lachlan Kennedy says he can go even quicker after producing the fastest ever 100 metres on Australian soil. The sprinter ran 9.96 seconds at the Australian Championships, the second best run by an Aussie in history.
My goal was just to hit the start like I normally do it, hit top speed and just try and maintain it, but I definitely got more in the tank. But I mean, what a great way to start the comp.
In the 1500 metres, heartbreak for the Hunters' Jess Hull, with the Olympic silver medalist missing out on her fourth straight national title, tripping on the final straight. A protest saw Claudia Hollingsworth initially disqualified for the incident, but was successful in her appeal this afternoon, so she was reinstated as Sawtell's Angus Anderson has debuted for Collingwood against Fremantle in round 5 at Adelaide Oval, and it was a memorable night for the midfielder, kicking his first AFL goal in the third quarter.
It was always nice to get on the end of one. It only comes about with our system and just playing our role, and I was lucky enough to sneak one through at the end of the day.
The game came down to a nail-biting finish, Fremantle taking the win 45-39. Hundreds of players from across the state are in town this weekend for the annual Coast Rugby Challenge. The event, part of the Festival of Rugby, which wraps up tomorrow.
Hundreds of players competing in 82 games across 6 fields at Coffs Harbour's International Stadium.
As of this morning at 8:35, we had 600 kids come down onto the field and play for about 55 teams. Have entered the competition across under 18s right down to under 8s and 9s.
The event attracting players from Sydney and across country New South Wales.
What this festival's about is just playing really good fun footy, not worrying too much about the results, everyone pitching in to help each other and have a great time.
For the first time, the Golden Oldies are also taking to the paddock, the over 35 side, for those who have never hung up their boots.
We have men and women all playing in the tournament over the next 2 days. So it's kind of anyone who wants to play rugby can come to Coffs Harbour and play in the Festival of Rugby.
The weekend also a chance for young players to develop their skills by competing against new faces.
That's what sports are all about, you know, the beautiful facility here that we have, and they come and they're blown away by the facility, and then they're blown away by the tournament, and they go away really feeling good about themselves, building character, building friendships.
This weekend's challenge, part of the Coffs Coast Festival of Rugby, which culminates tonight when Fiji and Japan take on the Aussies. Alison Paul, NBN News.
Casino has started the Northern Rivers Regional Rugby League season in emphatic fashion. The Cougars racing to a 20-point lead in the first half against Evans Head before back-to-back tries from the Bombers just after the break. Casino ultimately proving too strong with a 38-10 victory. The Bombers' struggles continuing in the reserve grade, going down 40 points to 10, with the Cougars running in 5 unanswered tries in the second half. But Casino's winning streak came to an end in the under-18s, defeated by Kyogle 30-24. Far North Coast Rugby Union teams have finished their pre-season preparations today with the last of the trial games. The season kicks off next weekend with Ballina mounting their title defence against Casuarina. Last year's runners-up, Wollongbar, will look to redeem grand final heartbreak when they face Casino. Meanwhile, Lennox Head hosts Lismore. All games kick off next Saturday. The Tamworth Down Unders are celebrating a win in South Africa. Players now advancing to the semi-finals of Division 3 of the U-Pro Club World Indoor Cricket Series. The side toppled Jamia 3-49-16 overnight. Ramiz Zafar and Dylan Dorsamy produced the match-winning partnership of 21 runs. Dinesh Goyal named man of the match with 4 wickets and 9 runs. The side returns to the court tonight. Jane, that's sport.
Nice one. Thank you, Tyson. Weather's next. Shooting for the stars when Lizzie met JK, our next big thing in basketball.
The big dream is to make the NBA.
Join me.
I'm snapping nice.
I can't believe my evil boss sent me down here to... What was that?
Help! I got lost down here.
Oh, it's just the intern we hired last summer.
top quality meals? You need premium cookware. You can get premium cookware for free by shopping at Woolies. Just scan your everyday rewards card and you'll earn 1 credit for every $20 you spend. Shop to upgrade yours for free.
Hungry for more?
Yeah.
You've come to the right place. Catch up on all the unfiltered drama. Streaming now.
I'm rage baiting to get clicks.
Why did you just lie to us?
And the final 4 couples have arrived.
Do you regret all of this?
After the reunion, Monday on Stan.
We can help you get your garden thriving.
A Zito 18-volt blower kit, only $89.98. Garden Basics 25-litre all-purpose potting mix, just $4.10.
Get gardening with our huge range.
Bunnings Warehouse!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
This time of night, everyone jumps online. See, here at Aussie Broadband, some come for a good fee.
Like that.
Networking. John, you're on mute. Comment and subscribe. Or, of course, quality family time. And as your local, internet, we plan for all of it. Purpose-built to react to your neighbourhood when it gets busy and make sure that there's always enough speed on tap for everyone. Aussie Broadband, the actual Aussie way.
Good luck going after our fans. We have a Hundreds meal at McDonald's.
You mean Sergeant Boy's breakfast meal?
Ours has 10 chicken McNuggets.
Ours has hash browns.
Hash browns. Zoe! It's a battle for the fans.
For our grown-up fans.
Fig Tree Estate Kyogle has almost sold out. Generous acreage lifestyle block sized from 2 acres to 6.3 acres. Only 9 lots remain. This may be your last chance to build amongst these beautiful natural surrounds. For more information, contact PRD Northern Rivers.
Sapphire Smiles Dental Care. Visit our clinic and friendly experienced team, ready to take care of you and the family. Priding ourselves on expert dental advice and treatments. Next to Chemist Warehouse, Canelabar. Sapphire Smiles Dental Care.
Won't you please help me? Help me.
We've helped Australians for 100 years. Now we're helping protect and prepare them for the next 100.
It was a very hot autumn day for the Northern Rivers and the Gold Coast, reaching the mid-30s in parts. On the satellite, cloud building over Queensland and northern New South Wales in troughs is not yet rain-bearing. Cloud crossing South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania with a cold front is bringing gusty showers and some storms, falling as snow over Tasmania. On the synoptic chart, Tropical Cyclone Mailer will remain well offshore from North Queensland. Cooler tomorrow with a southerly airstream behind a front bringing gusty winds, showers, isolated storms and high elevation snow to areas of New South Wales. Mostly sunny for the Gold Coast today, and for the Northern Rivers it was partly cloudy with some thunderstorms about this afternoon and early this evening, possibly severe with damaging winds in the south. Moderate north-westerly winds today, becoming light during the evening and southerlies later. Temperature-wise, Grafton today reached 37 degrees, 35 at Evans Head, 34 at Casino and 26 the top at Byron, 31 for the Gold Coast. Tomorrow's forecast mostly sunny with a slight chance of a shower, light winds becoming moderate westerlies in the early afternoon, then becoming light in the evening. 31 for Grafton tomorrow, 28 for Evans Head and Lismore, 31 for Murwillumbah and 30 the top for Robina. Coastal waters information for tomorrow, season swell at 2 metres for the Gold Coast, south-southwesterlies up to 25 knots. Now conditions for the Byron Bay, sunrise at 6:03, sunset at 5:33 and the morning low tide at 10:59 a.m. and for the Gold Coast, sunrise at 6 and sunset at 5:30. 7-day outlook for Tweed. Monday, a top of 26 degrees and partly cloudy, the same for Tuesday. For Ballina, 28 degrees tomorrow, mid-20s for your Monday and Tuesday with sunny skies. For Lismore, a top of 24 degrees on Monday, 25 on Tuesday, rising to 29 by Friday. And finally for Grafton, 27 degrees and sunny for Monday. And And finally tonight, a kettle that doesn't automatically switch off is the latest product to be recalled in Australia. The consumer watchdog says there's a burns and fire risk from the Valley Sisters folding travel kettle if it overheats. Owners are urged to stop using the kettle, disconnect it and contact Oz Off-Road for a full refund. And that is NBN News for this Saturday. A current affair is coming up next from all the team here. Enjoy your evening. Good night.